Hello everybody, RV living with the geezer. It's Saturday morning and I'm over here in Bridgeport, Texas, which is, let's see, maybe 18 or 20 miles from Boyd, something like that. Yeah, I'm just leaving their football field. So I did football last night and I did it again this morning. My two granddaughters, they play their like pee-wee football on Saturday mornings, and both granddaughters are cheerleaders. So Remy had a game at 9 and Sonny's was at 11. Well, I thought their games lasted a lot longer than they do, so I came over here. I was going to catch the second half of Remy's game and the first half of Sonny's game for their cheering, but I missed Remy's game totally. So I told her she did really good, they said. So she was a little nervous about it going in, but they said she was the loudest one out there, so I believe that. But anyway, I missed her game, but I caught the first half of Sonny's, and Sonny did a real good job. So I don't take videos of that. Sort of touchy, YouTube's touchy, and it's good. They protect the kids, you know, and there's some parents that don't just, you know, you don't want to be taking videos and putting them out on YouTube of other people's kids unless you have permission from all the parents, and that'd be impossible. So I don't do videos at girls' events like that. But yeah, we're in Bridgeport. I don't come over here too much. It's a while back I did a video over here several years ago, and I commented that I didn't care much for Bridgeport. It seemed like there was a lot of gravel trucks and sort of industrialized place. And man, I don't know if it was the mayor or somebody saw that video on YouTube, and they got on my comments and proceeded to tell me how great Bridgeport is. So anyway, I don't know, you know, I don't, like I say, I don't come over here much, so I'm sorry if I offended the mayor of Bridgeport or whatever, but it's just my opinion. But yeah, it's really humid today. They have a lake. They have a big lake. Bridgeport is a pretty good sized lake. It's right west of town. So yeah, I did a video once out there. But yeah, I just wanted to, I got my phone in the phone holder, and I don't have any confidence in this phone holder. Half the time it falls out. So this video might end abruptly. But it is a pretty drive coming back between Bridgeport and Boyd. You pass through one little town with I don't know if it's an appropriate name. The name of the town is Paradise. So some people that live there might argue that point, and some people might agree with it. Just all the way you look at things, you know. But yeah, it's really not football weather yet. It's pretty daggum warm this morning out there. So my son and Stephanie are still out there, of course. You know, I did get some personal videos of Sonny cheering. My gosh, they've got like, I guess there's 30 girls in her group. This cheer is real popular in Boyd, because Boyd being a football town, like I was talking about last night. So yeah, when I left, their little team was up 14-0, so it looks like Boyd's gonna have some players coming up for the future. And yeah, see, there's a lot of pecan trees in this area, and cross a couple of rivers here. I think we crossed the Trinity River, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we'll just let this go for a little while. Yeah, if you guys, I've been doing those fire department videos, my history in the fire department. They haven't been getting very many views, but all my views are down anyway since I moved. But if y'all on those videos, if y'all have anything specifically you want me to talk about, just put it in the comments, and I'll be glad to cover it. You know, I've been gone from down there almost 20 years, so, but I can come up with some, if you got some questions about how it was in the fire department, whatever. Yeah, getting on another subject, I got a text the other day, and I hope they watch this video, but I got a text from a good friend of mine that I thought they were still out in Alpine, her and her husband, and they moved to Kerrville, and she discovered it's Lindsay and James from Alpine. And I've been friends with Lindsay for years out there. And they've got a dog named Duke. And old Duke, he's turning 10 years old and doing good. But they moved from Alpine to Kerrville. James got a job in Kerrville, and he transferred over there. And I just want to say, give him a shout out. And it was really good hearing from Lindsay. She texted me and said, James found your channel, you know, and we're excited. We subscribed and all that. And sent me a picture of Duke. He was wading in the Guadalupe River over there looking for, she said he's hunting for some fishies. But, you know, it's funny because Alpine has zero water. I mean, they got a creek that runs through the golf course, and 363 days a year, that creek is going to be dry. So they moved to Kerrville, which is beautiful, with the Guadalupe River right there, and you know, there's lakes around the area. It's a whole different way of life. And I don't know about James, but I know Lindsay had been in Alpine since her college days, many, many, many years. But she's always been really nice to me, and I appreciate her friendship. I used to pay Lindsay a little bit. She didn't want the money, but she would wrap my Christmas gifts for me, for the girls, because I'm a terrible gift wrapper. I don't know. I'd rather do almost anything than try to wrap a Christmas gift. So I would give her a little bit, and she did like a really good job on them. My daughter-in-law would wonder who. She'd say, Grandpa, I know you didn't wrap those. I said, oh, I have connections in Alpine, you know. So, there's a big old, I talked about it a little late, there's a big old Grace Fellowship church right there. I've been to it a couple times. And we're getting into Paradise right now. So folks, I'm taking you through Paradise, Texas. And don't blink. I'd say Paradise is like 99.9% residential. I believe they have like now I'll probably be wrong, somebody will get on here from Paradise, but they've got a donut shop right here, and right there they have a Shell station, and it says Paradise Market on it. And I see they make that Hunt Brothers pizza, so that's good. That's a plus for the town. And down their main drag right there, I don't know what they have. There's the fire department right down there. I've come over to a couple of their barbecues. I did a video at one of their barbecues here a couple years ago. And I hope I'm around. I forget what month they have them, but they're really good. So it's good to turn out. You know, I discussed all that about my volunteer days. Paradise is a volunteer department, so you know they're supporting that fire department, a lot of it with fundraisers. I guess things have changed, though. I talked about how they've changed, but yeah. And I think this on the left is like a big steel company. They have culverts and all sorts of stuff here. Ornamental hardware. That's a big old place there. And there is a Dollar General right there. So yeah, they've got probably 4 or 5 businesses in Paradise. We're leaving town now. The high school's over to the right. You can't see that. But yeah, I got a comment the other day. Well, I don't know what video it was, but I guess it's a new subscriber, and he said that I have a soothing voice. Now, I've never been told that in my lifetime. That's like just the opposite from what the guys at the fire department would say about me back then. You know, I'd cut loose with some, you know, I know it wasn't soothing words to a few of them, but he said I had a soothing voice, and well, I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate him saying that. I'm glad you like my pipes. It is easier with this phone and the phone holder, as long as it keeps holding it. I don't know how shaky the video will be. I know once you run them through YouTube, they got something in there that stabilizes them some. And this phone does a lot better job than my old phone did of stabilizing the videos. So yeah, just gonna be another hot day. We've still got some heat coming up here. Up here, it won't. You know, we've had a little cooler here at the end of August than normal, but September's can be pretty hot up here. So that's why I'm hanging at my son's place. I've been getting ads on RV parks on Facebook, and my gosh, the rates on them now are crazy. I saw an RV park. Well, I guess it was termed as a resort. And, you know, they had all these amenities that I wouldn't be using. And it was in, and the area I wouldn't live in anyway. It's too close to Fort Worth. But it was $1,000 a month for an RV slot. I said, you've got to be kidding. Then I saw another one for like $5.95. And, about the middle of September, I'm going to call on that one I've been talking about that was up north of Decatur. They've probably gone up by now, but it was like $450 back when I talked to her like a year ago. But yeah, they're expensive. You don't find too many $300 a month RV parks around this area anymore, and everybody's putting them in. They're popular up here. It's more and more people are going to the RV way of life, you know. I guess I'll just let this video run a little bit. I need some watch time, I guess. I think my watch time is doing all right. It's just my views are way down. And then of course I talked about that glitch I've got going on with YouTube. So yeah, I didn't get paid. So I guess I'll wait through to the end of September. So it'll be a little bit more money. I guess it's like having it in a savings account is the way to look at it. Eventually I'll get it. I'll figure out what's I'm doing wrong. Just whenever I do something on a computer, it just maybe I've got that concept that I'm gonna have a problem, you know, and that's not good. You gotta like I always preaching, you know, about being positive. I've always grit my teeth when I submit something and to see if it's gonna get you know how those red letters kick back at you? And I grit my teeth going, oh, and bigger than heck most of the time, you know, something kicks back, you know. Sometimes it's simple enough that even I can figure it out. Like you put too many characters in, or yeah. And I went to a deal on the email that YouTube sent me this morning, and it said contact us. Well, yeah, okay, I'll contact them. I click on it, and they give you this little bitty box, and it says, what's your problem? And it says minimum of 5 characters, maximum of 100 characters. Well, 100, when you're trying to explain something, that's not a lot. When you're trying to tell them, hey, you say my info is being reviewed, are you going to notify me when it is right, when I've got it right with you, or you're just going to leave me hanging? By the time you type all that, it says click back, and here's the red letters. You're over your character limit. So I cut it back down and just said, can I get notified when I've got this right, so I'll know to quit trying? Putting my name in there. My name will only go in there a few ways. My legal name will only go in there one way. And my bank says that's my legal name. So YouTube says it's not. So I don't know what they're using as a legal name. And I'm really talking about this too. I know y'all don't care about this. I'm just talking. We're almost back to my turn off, and then as Rusty says, I'll shoot this horse or whatever. But now, if I was driving out in the Fort Davis area, I'd probably have viewers to the end. Just, I know what y'all were doing. Y'all were cutting the volume off, and here's my turn. Y'all were cutting the volume off and just watching that scenery out there, because that's probably what I would have done too. But yeah, that scenery out there was way pretty. Yeah, but I still think this area up here is pretty, and I'm not going to be here forever. I'll be moving on. But I came back early this year because I tell you what, guys, if I hadn't have come back up here, I don't think Blanca would be with me anymore, because they didn't have her on the right medicine out there. She's doing just great right now. Of course, I didn't bring her with me this morning because I had to leave her in the truck at the football stadium. It's too hot for that, of course. But I got her at home, and the air conditioner's running. I got it set on like 79, 80 degrees, so the compressor isn't kicking on too much. But no, she wouldn't have been around now if I'd have stayed in Fort Davis. So that was the main reason I came back when I did, because I knew it was going to be hot up here. And out there, that climate in the summertime, that's why Rusty wanted to find a place out there. But I like going to my girls' events. But I'll be moving on when it cools off a little bit and find me a place, and then next summer I'll definitely be back out west for 4 months. Not saying Fort Davis. I think I'd like to go back to Ruidoso. And I've been looking. So there's some reasonable parks out there. If you get down by the racetrack, it's called Ruidoso Downs. That's a whole different incorporated city than what Ruidoso is. The elevation is a little lower, but it's still very, very tolerable in the summertime with the low humidity out there. You're still, Ruidoso Downs, I'm guessing, is still, over 6,500 feet probably. So, yeah, we're just about back to the house. I'm sure she has to make a lot of bathroom trips. She's on that medicine. At night, she's real good, though. I let her out right before I go to bed, and she does her business, and then she sleeps all night. And I usually wake up around 5:30, and she's very ready to go out then. And then sometimes I go back to sleep. after that. But I have never been a hard sleeper, not since being in the fire department. That'll ruin anybody's sleep habits. You know, that's something you have to deal with. I'm sure there's guys that, I heard some freight trains snoring, deep sleepers even under those conditions, but it wasn't me. It just made a light sleeper out of me, getting woke up all night. But anyway, yep, we're right around the corner from the house. I'm gonna pull it on in here and check the mail and go let her out. You guys that have hung with this video, man, all the way from Bridgeport, this is going to be I can't see what the time is on it, but I think this is going to be my longest video ever, because I started filming when I left the stadium. But yeah, it's good talking with y'all. We're back. Just peace to y'all. Stay blessed. Stay positive. And, be kind to somebody. Be kind to everybody. And hope you all have a great weekend. Here we go. I park it out here so I don't have to mess with the gate in case I'm going to have to run down to the store here in a little bit. But, all right, guys. Adios, my friends. Bye-bye.